G'day viewers, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for WAINGAFAT Wednesday, where I tell you who or what am I not giving a fuck about today. And today, it's a who and what, I guess, with the launch of the Apple iPad coming up very soon, the media frenzy gearing up. I don't give a fuck about Apple fanboys or Apple haters. Now, this was triggered by an article I read the other day in an Australian paper talking about Australian fanatics taking a trip over to America to try and buy an iPad because they'd have to wait a couple of weeks for it to be on sale here. It's a fucking product, you fucking idiots, and only a fucking moron would fly around the world to get one when it'll be here in a couple of fucking weeks. And if I dare hear one of these fucking fanboys complain down the line when it gets cheaper, like they did with the iPhone, it ended up being cheaper and they go, oh, we've been ripped off, we paid more. That's called the moron tax. If you can't fucking wait, because all electronic products come down in price, anyone who's not a moron knows that. If you want to fucking complain because you had to be first, just deal with it, you idiots. But at the same token, the haters, I'm fucking sick of hearing from the people who are so convinced that the iPad will be a complete failure. It might be a really big seller. It might change a few things. But it's a fucking product. Get over it. I mean, the haters who are so sure that they know why it's going to fail. Well, people said the same things about, let's see, the iMac because it didn't have a disk drive in it. They said it about the iPod, said it wasn't as good as other MP3 players. Well, that was fucking spot on, wasn't it? And the iPhone said Apple couldn't make a phone work. Well, you know what? People are really often wrong. But also, Apple have launched some complete duds. So maybe it will, and maybe it won't. I really don't give a fuck. But a couple of other things that people get worked up about with the Apple products that I don't fucking care about. I get the shits with how worked up people get. Look, here we have one of my Apple products, an iPod Touch, right? It's a little bit fragile. It's got this, it's glass, the front, and one of the first things I do when I buy anything like a phone, or particularly this, which is prone to break, is I buy a case. Now I see people fucking complaining about, oh, I have to get a case. Well, genius, if you're going to buy a product, no matter what it is, that's prone to break if you drop it, you've got two fucking choices. Don't buy it, or buy something that protects it, okay? If you know up fucking front that a protector is a good idea, take the choice. Either don't buy the product because you don't like protectors, or don't fucking complain when you drop it. Maybe another choice is don't be fucking clumsy. I just live with the fact I'm clumsy. So whenever I buy a phone or any little device like this, I get a protector and I deal with it. And another weird complaint, well, it's not actually a weird complaint. On a lot of levels, it's correct, about the App Store for the iPhone and iPod Touch. I've got a bunch of little apps on there, and lots of developers develop for the iPad and iPhone, and they complain about how Apple treats them. And they're pretty much right. But if you haven't got used to the fact that Apple treats both its developers and its customers like shit, then you're pretty fucking thick and you deserve whatever you get. Look, I agree when I read things about Apple too closed in the whole approval process for apps, and the recent thing where they wanted to get rid of anything that was vaguely naughty, like with boobage or whatever. I agree, that's stupid. But if you really feel strongly about it, just don't fucking develop for it. It gives me the shits that someone goes, I really want to develop because I can make lots of money off their platform, but I get really fucking angry when they don't make me the center of the universe. I get angry when people don't make me the center of the universe too, but then I move on. You know, it's really simple. When it's a commercial proposition, if you don't like something, don't buy it. If you don't like the way they treat people who develop either programs or add-on accessories for it, don't build those things. It really seems fucking stupid. It's like stabbing yourself with a knife and going, the maker of this knife made it really sharp and dangerous. I object to the sharpness of this knife and the wounding and the stabbage. Stop fucking stabbing yourself, okay? So yeah, in a year or so, when the dust has settled and we know for sure whether or not the iPad is a successful product with a big future, I might actually buy one. But I'm not going to rush because, hey, that's just me. But in the meantime, people who want to obsess now about either the positive or the negative, I really don't give a fuck.